up the Karelia territory to the Soviet Union, forcing thousands of Finns to abandon their homes and flee across the border to the Finnish side. Chapter 1 Home. Aatami Korpi, a legendary, he arrives at the ruins of his old family home, where his wife and 2 young sons once lived before Soviet soldiers brutally murdered them during the war. Aatami begins carefully dismantling the house piece by piece, salvaging every beam and board, somewhere safe on Finnish soil as a memorial to the family he lost. Meanwhile, in a frozen Siberian prison, guards unlock a cell and drag out a prisoner. Igor Draganov, a brutal Soviet Red Army commander, from his family home stacked high behind him, his loyal dog riding shotgun beside him in the cab. Draganov assembles a team and begins tracking Aatami's movements, plotting the best way to intercept the legendary soldier before he can reach the Finnish border with his cargo. And put out fire spreading through the wood. He carefully extinguishes the flames, protecting his precious cargo, then tends to his wounds and lets the truck engine cool down. Draganov receives word that all his bikers are dead and radios his superiors, ordering them to unleash hell on Aatami. Chapter 4 Incoming. The sound of jet engines fills the air as Soviet fighter planes streak across the sky, hunting for Aatami's truck, edge, and into the river below. The truck sinks into the freezing water, but Aatami and his dog make it out alive, along with all the wood. He builds a makeshift raft from the timber and floats downstream until he spots something useful, an abandoned Soviet tank. Chapter 5 Long Shot. Aatami loads the wood onto the tank and climbs inside the armored vehicle, figuring out how to operate. Enters and tells Aatami he is the man who killed his family, explaining that the only face he ever remembered was Aatami's oldest son, who bravely stood in front of his mother and baby brother trying to protect them. Draganov brags about how he chopped them into pieces and fed them to stray dogs, laughing as he describes every horrific detail of their murders to Aatami's face. Draganov says Aatami is an abomination, not some great legend, just a man who refuses to die when he should have died with his family years ago. After Draganov leaves the car, Sump pulls a knife out of his leg that he buried before being captured. A guard enters to check on him and gets brutally chopped to pieces by Aatami in a flurry of knife-strike war. Chapter 6 Revenge. Aatami takes his knife and goes through train cars of sleeping soldiers, trying to move past them without waking them. He carefully steps over snoring bodies, holding his breath as he inches toward the next car where Draganov is waiting. At the Finnish border crossing, Aatami arrives on a cart loaded with all his recovered wood from the family home. He shows his papers to the border guard, who recognizes Aatami and salutes him, honoring the legendary soldier who defended Finland against overwhelming odds during the brutal war. Final chapter. Aatami attacks him again. One of the men says he looks like he could use some help. Aatami's expression softens and tears well up in his eyes as he realizes these people genuinely want to help him build. The men begin working alongside Aatami, raising walls and hammering boards as the house slowly takes shape under the Finnish sun. Aatami stands back and watches his new community come together to honor his family's memory by helping him create a safe home where their spirits can finally rest. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.